Well, I've been with the company almost 30 years now, so I've seen technologies that range from mainframe computers to the latest iPhones and iPads, things that we can do on these devices that even 30 years ago were unimaginable. So the computing power that we have today in a small handheld device far exceeds what we were able to do 30 years ago in a mainframe. So, but even beyond the application programming side of things and the technology and the advances that I've seen there, I would say the most rewarding part of my association with ADSi has been with the customer, and some of those customers have been with us for as long as I've been with ADSi, and I'm seeing a whole wave of customers retire now, and just it's very rewarding to realize that from the day I walked in the door at ADSi that many of the customers that we have today were customer sites at that time, and that relationship with that, you look at it as an agency, but really it's a person on the other end of that agency. And those folks that were there, some of them 30 years ago, I can still call today at that agency and talk to. So, in fact, our goal is when we sign a customer that we begin a relationship with that customer that will extend even out, as in my case, for 30 years. And that's a partnership that begins at the day that we sign that contract and we begin that implementation. That's a relationship that will continue to go on for many years. Those are our friends, those are our associates, and we enjoyed just that relationship as much or more than the technology related aspects of the job.
I'm Bruce Castoria, been with ADSi for 30 years now. Our users have, some of these people that I've known for 30 years have been sitting there dispatching on our CAD system, and they've managed to keep up with the technology because we've always managed to keep true to what we started with. So if they were used to using a system from 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago, they could pretty much sit down and dispatch on a current system, on a current CAD system, because we've made an effort to make sure we can continue to do that, so that learning curve is eased. This way these people don't have to constantly be retrained on learning something that they already know, because dispatchers know their jobs. They're sitting there, they're dealing with the public every day, and it's up to us to enhance their job. It's not up to us to tell them how to do their job. So that's what ADSi has done. We've listened to our users throughout these years. Most of the development, most of the enhancements has been directly correlated to a need by one of our users, because throughout my 30 years of doing this, I've learned that everybody does it right. So whichever way they want it done, that's the right way. And again, it's not for us to dictate to them how their system should work. It's up to us to adapt their system to our software, and so they can best utilize it and do exactly what they've been doing and enhance what they've been doing all these years.
I'm Michael Howard. I've been with ADSi for 10 years, and I work on fire and EMS. Working with ADSi has given me tremendous insight to how public safety works, and in turn, having that insight helps me understand what the customers need. At the end of the day, what our customers need is what comes first.
I've been working for ADSi now for 14 years, and one of the cool things about ADSi is that because we are a smaller company, we all do a lot of things. So I don't just write the jail software. I train people how to use the jail software. I support the jail software. I make updates for the jail software. I fix problems with the jail software. I design the new jail software. In other companies, these are jobs that would be held by other people. Sometimes it's stressful, but at other times it's rewarding when I get to actually talk to the people who use the products that I work on. I know it's nice for the customers when they have a problem and they get to call me directly and talk to me instead of talking to somebody and going through a phone tree support type issue.
Today, my software responsibilities lie in DataForce for the dispatchers, mapping for the dispatchers, and mobile units for the officers in the field and the field units in general. We rely heavily on web-based technology, and we're always looking for the next innovation in technology and looking what's next. You know, we have stuff now that can run on phones, and who knows, one day we may have some stuff run on watches and whatever else at that point. But our goal is to always be current with the technology that is out there.
I've worked with ADSi for the last 15 years. I'm the supervisor over the police records management software. I really enjoy working for ADSi. We get to do a lot of customer interaction, and when you call ADSi, you don't get a help desk, you actually get the programmer that programmed the software. When we go on site, you actually have the programmer there that actually wrote the software, training you, installing the product, and there to help you. We really try to focus on customer support. That's probably our #1 goal. Also, we are not a canned software company. What you start out with is not what you might end up with. We completely customize the software to your needs. So that's very enjoyable for me to be able to change the software and make the customers happy with what they're getting instead of just giving them a canned product that they have to be forced to use. The user conference is great because you get to meet and actually become friends with the users. I've made long-lasting friendships with a lot of the users, and you get to hear one-on-one feedback that you might not hear before, feedback that you're not going to hear unless you're one-on-one with the client, and that's just really priceless to be able to get that interaction with the users.